Minister, I'm going to get to another question here. In terms of, we come out of the pandemic and we're now dealing with the cost of living crisis, greater access to mental health supports, housing's included, and it's needed more than ever. I've talked to your predecessor about the important need for funding for tiny homes, for example, so that we get people off the street into safe, secure housing, so that when they're ready for help, we can meet them where they're at. They can't get help when people are homeless. So how is your department working with the Minister of Housing to secure supportive and transitional housing? And we know the provinces will be there should there be capital funding for tiny homes, for example, and housing.
Thank you for the question, and I couldn't agree with you more, which is why we began to convene my counterparts on a quarterly basis on key issues that overlap and between departments. And one of the important conversations we had in our first quarterly meeting was exactly about that, of how were my provincial counterparts working with their local municipalities on the housing funding proposals that the Minister of Housing is negotiating jurisdiction by jurisdiction. We continue to work across departments to highlight that there needs to be a prioritization of complex need housing, including for those who are struggling with substances. We encourage municipalities, we'll be meeting with the FCM in the coming months also to ensure that avenues are open to include in their proposals to the federal government in the rapid housing strategy and housing strategy, that they are including those considerations in their funding grants through the federal government.